in front of a Rhonda who will have to watch the Monster Energy Cup main event from the grandstands.
Hey, that was a pretty good effort by Rhonda. He knew exactly what was going on. Wow, so close.
Everybody has his shot in main number 1. One guy will have a shot in main number 2. Main number 1 is going to be intense. Freestyle coming up.
I think it's awesome that Monster stepped up with this prize money. It's a very tough feat to win all 3.
It'd be pretty incredible to walk out of there with all 3 main events and $1 million. And I mean, that's a pretty big payday.
There's a lot of talent and a lot of racing between now and then, and it's going to be difficult for anybody to win.
I think the Monster Energy Cup this year is going to be just a huge spectacle for our sport.
Well, I've never raced for $1 million before.
It's an opportunity to go to Vegas, and it's an opportunity to win $1 million.
You know, to have motocross and supercross combined into one event.
I think everyone's going to be going for it.
Even to win the race, if you don't clean sweep, is, you know, $100,000, which is huge incentive for all of us.
Obviously, it'll be difficult.
If you don't win the first one, you can't win all 3 to get the $1 million.
I think it'll definitely make for some good racing.
It's never really been seen before.
It's going to be cool for the fans to check it out.
Saturday night, it's going to be exciting.
A chance to win $1 million in one night.
And I think everyone, if they tell you they're not thinking about the money, they're lying.
RC, never in the history of this sport have riders been had a chance at $1 million.
No, they sure haven't. That's what's so unique about it, and definitely got to give it up to Monster Energy and Feld Motorsports. It's an amazing opportunity for these guys. It's going to be good.
Here's what the fans think. We asked you, which rider do you think has the best shot at taking home that Monster Million? And a lot of folks went with Ryan Villapoto. 55%. I'm guessing somewhere in that 21% is Ryan Dungey, huh?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, but you never know. We've seen how exciting that last chance was, and that was just to make it to the main.
There's that $1 million sitting right there at the starting gate. Now, we told you about how Ricky and Jeremy both got together and designed this racetrack. Well, just moments ago, Jeremy took a look at it. Here's his thoughts of how it's going to shape up for the mains.
All right, guys, we're back in the sand section, the same section we talked about earlier today. This section is proving to be really tough, getting gnarly, getting bumpy, and today in practice it took out a few guys. These guys have quite a challenge on their hands. Should be a good section to watch tonight.
3 main events. Let's show you the format of what's in store if you want to win that Monster Million. 3 main events, 10 laps each, 22 riders. It's Olympic-style scoring, which basically means lowest score wins. You get 1 point for first, 2 for second, and so on. The $1 million bonus is only available for a rider if he wins all 3 main events. If you just win the overall with the lowest score, you do take home $100,000 though, Fro.
That's a lot of cash. And I'm telling you, see all that money up there? That's all $100 bills. That's 22 pounds worth of $100 bills.
You know,
make up $1 million.
$100,000 isn't nothing to laugh at, guys.
Oh, no. Keys to the race, Ricky, yours first.
Yeah, I think the start right here.
Pro.
Ride aggressive. Let's do it.
There's our Rocky Mountain keys to the race. Time to go. Main number 1 for the Monster Million at the Monster Energy Cup.
Looks like Villapoto out front with the whole shot.
Ben Townley right there with the 101. Mike Alessi on the 800. And Brett Metcalf is right there as well. There's Dungey. He's back in about 5th. You have to win the first main to have a shot at it.
90-foot double jump right there. And look at Villapoto. He has been so good this season. You can tell he is so focused. Look at that, airing out that, looks like a little triple right there. He's going to lay down some hot laps right here, Ricky.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not sure anybody can catch him.
And you know what the biggest thing is? And he probably has in his mind, this isn't 20 laps, it's 10 laps, so he can hammer it. You can see how hard and aggressive he's riding, charging down the backsides.
Yeah, Dungey working on Metcalf here. That's a fight for 4th.
Yeah, but you do the math on these lap times, about 1.5 minutes, 10 laps, that's going to put you about 15 minutes. So that's about the time.
Dungey getting inside on Metcalf there. Boy, that's getting aggressive early. Dungey trying to get that pass done. Couldn't get it completed. Metcalf holds on to 4th.
Metcalf being awfully stingy now that, the Monster Energy Cup is in the main event stage right here. Look, you know that Brett doesn't want to make that same mistake that he made on that last lap of the heat race to try to keep the Suzuki dialed in here, get himself a good finishing position in the first main.
Kevin Windham, how's he doing here? Looks like he's running back at about 20th for now.
He is not having a good night. In fact, another guy that's not having a good night is the 100 of Josh Hansen. He said the goal is just to make it out of that first turn. He has crashed every single first turn except for that LCQ. He crashed earlier in practice. He tweaked his left knee. He ended up getting a shot of Toradol in his left buttock, and he said it is extremely painful, but he's not riding in any pain right now. These two made a bet with each other. Kevin Windham said, Josh, what's your game plan? Are you going wide? Are you going short on this start? Looks like both of these boys have a lot of work to do as of right now.
Windham is now up to 19th, but it looks like his dreams of $1 million here tonight have come to an end.
Unfortunate, because I had a lot of my money on him. You know, he's always so good at this track, or at Vegas, but this track being a little bit different, maybe not quite as technical as a normal Supercross, but this is a hybrid track. It's not your same average everyday Supercross that these guys are used to riding.
Yeah, and you can see Dungey right now, who was so fast in qualifying practice, won that first heat. You can see that this track not having your standard whoop pad, okay, that gnarly set of whoops that we see in Monster Energy Supercross, it's a bit of an equalizer, so everybody's kind of running a similar pace. Now they're going to have to really get creative in these turns to try to make a pass. And they've also gone out with the dozers and all this stuff and fixed the turns, so they're a little bit loose and not really worn in. See these guys right there slipping and sliding around when they get out of their line, but later on in this main, the track's going to be a little better for passing.
Alessi on that Rockwell back Suzuki number 800. He holds down third. And Rockstar Makita Suzuki, that's the factory bike number 24. That's Brett Metcalf. The other factory machine, the orange one, the KTM, Dungey, running in fifth.
Yeah, and remember, Dungey and Metcalf, they've been teammates for the last year on that Suzuki team.
Look at Dungey gonna set him up right here. Watch this.
Go to the inside, square it up.
Tries to make the move, and he's got it. He's going to get Alessi at the same time. Alessi with problems.
Alessi opted to go to the inside, Ricky, and then just could not carry any momentum. Remember, Alessi got past there twice in that same spot. So now he says, okay, wide wasn't working, so I'll just try the tight inside. And his momentum and speed was so low, he got passed by two riders.
Yeah, that was bizarre because, you know, Metcalf wasn't right on him. And Dungey capitalizing. Check it out.
Yeah, watch. See, look at Alessi. He's going, okay, I'm just going to stay out of that groove altogether.
Oh.
And that makes it tough for Metcalf, who was stuck kind of on the outside in the line. And then Alessi comes over, and he can't triple out. So
yeah, he needs to make,
there he goes,
he needs to make quick work. Yeah.
There you see Ben Townley on the 101. Townley right now running in second on his Pro Circuit Monster Energy Cowie.
Ricky, you see how bad Dungey's getting in there trying to turn that KTM? Front wheel is just plowing. It's like gravel out there.
Yeah, there's
it's
no grip.
It's loosening up so much.
Yeah, no grip whatsoever.
How about Townley, though?
Yeah, putting a command performance here.
And again, guys, going back to all the hardships that Ben Townley has been through, racing here in the States, not racing here in the States. And I go back, Jeff, a few years ago when Townley and Villapoto were both running in the lights. One of the best battles for a championship I think I've ever witnessed. Of course, the crown ended up going to Villapoto, who's leading right here, right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But Townley back on a team here, this riding this Pro Circuit Kawasaki. He had a lot of success with that team, and he looks great on this bike. And, I mean, look at this. He's running with the best right now.
There's Dungey putting a strong ride here. Took him a couple laps to get by those guys, so he's been able to make quick work of them and start charging forward.
Villapoto's best lap so far, 127.0. Dungey down to a 129.1. Townley a 129 flat.
Yeah, but watch this lap here. Dungey's just getting ready to come past the finish line, and he just did a 128.9, so a little bit quicker, a couple tenths. I expected something better than that.
That's Weimer, Jake Weimer, and Eli Tomac running 6th and 7th.
I'll tell you, Eli looks amazing on this 450. He looks like this is his primary bike. Of course, he normally rides the 250F, Supercross Lights rider.
He's on that Geico Power Sports backed Honda. Big news there is the fact that the Geico team